What's up, basement dwellers? Welcome to the all-new show, The Wrestling Protocol, a spin-off of the Weekly Protocol where we talk strictly wrestling. I'm your host, Chris the Dace Man Dace, and joining us for this inaugural edition is the one and only Jarrett Games, Jarrett Edelman himself.
Wait, line?
It's okay. We do this at every show. It takes a little while to figure out what your catchphrase is when you come into it and what your exit phrase is going to be. Join us always.
Nothing, don't worry about it.
Also joining us from the 140 Casual, Moke.
Hi.
So,
already going off the rails.
We've done this before.
Yeah. Podcasting expertise. So we're now partnered with Adventureland, if you haven't heard us over the past year and a half. And because Adventureland is now offering WWE and AEW experiences, specifically August 23rd at 1 to 3 at Adventureland store, you can meet Tommaso Ciampa. We decided to get into the wrestling game ourselves because we'll be there running tables playing WWE 2K26 and AEW Fight Forever. And also might have some content with Ciampa on our site to share with you. So we'll see. But we want to get into the wrestling protocol because we don't really talk too much about it on our other show, the Weekly Protocol, which aired yesterday. And I figured I'd bring on some wrestling experts. So yours truly was someone who wrestled for a very short period of time. Not going to even try to say that I had any kind of claim to fame in the world of wrestling, but I've gotten my ass kicked by people who are on the big shows now. We've got a newbie in Mr. Jarrett Edelman, who's just kind of getting into it for the first time. And then we've got a behind-the-scenes guy and superfan, Moke himself. So, on today's inaugural episode, we're going to be talking about SummerSlam 2026. That just happened last week. So first, I'm going to go around the horn and just see what everybody thought of the two-night event that happened out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Jarrett, your first SummerSlam where you had to actually pay attention. What did you think?
It's okay. I guess because
I'm sorry. If you watch all our shows, this is how the Weekly Protocol started yesterday about Spider-Man Brand New Day. And I said, Frank, what do you think? And he goes, it's good. And then just stopped.
Well, I wasn't done. God.
I mean, you seemed like you were done.
Well, then I watched Days Spit and I went, ooh. But no, as in the guy who hasn't paid attention before, so I didn't know. Everyone kept going storylines for this, storylines for that, and I was like, yep, that's what's happening. So for the most part, I am very new and
Since
new to
you
this,
are
so I don't know what's going on.
Since you are new to it, SummerSlam's been around for what, almost 40 years at this point. I think it's 38 years at this point.
38. Yeah.
It was a one-night event for 36 of them. So as a new fan who came into this, because this is something that people argue about that's been around for years watching this product, did you think the 2 nights was excessive?
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't. It felt like a football weekend to where which is fair. It's also a money grab, but it's also hey, I could have knocked this out in one night. Now it's 2 nights of my time that is going to be taken up with this.
It felt fast.
I was gonna say I'll give them credit. They only ran 6 to 9, so it's not like they took up when it was one night, it would have been 6 to midnight. So because they would have shoved all those matches into one sitting. But to Moke's point, it is totally a cash grab. So Moke, being a super fan who's been with the business and watching it through not just WWE, we'll talk more AEW in future episodes and other promotions that are within the world. What did you think of the 2 night experience? This is the second year they're doing it.
So I went last year. I feel we ran into each other. I was probably drunk with the belt in the background, but no, I don't know. This one felt fast. Like you said, I felt like I don't even know. Jarrett might know. I got to Pi's house at 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I think there was 2.5 matches I caught.
I was fighting for our life.
Yeah, it was we were fighting for our life. But no, sitting back and watching it, like I said, it felt fast. Last year, I would definitely say I liked last year more than this year. We'll get into it, obviously, but Saturday felt, I don't know, I would probably give it not being a 5 as compared to Sunday, I felt was like 7.5-ish.
They
Like
definitely put
card-wise.
more effort into Sunday.
Sunday felt like they were better matches. Like I don't know. In the group chat, I was calling out. I felt like Saturday I was calling out a crap ton of botches. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of issues on Saturday as compared to Sunday. Sunday felt a lot cleaner.
Well, let's run through the match rundown. We'll start with night one, which was Saturday, August 1st, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, where the Vikings play. The match that kicked off the pay-per-view card ran for 13 minutes and 35 seconds, which is impressive considering a lot of the flack ESPN and fans have been giving them is that their pay-per-view matches have been entirely too short. Not the longest, but the third longest of the night. It was Liv Morgan, the current women's world champion, defending her title against Io Sky. Liv went over with a pinfall. The interesting thing about this match is they fought on the last PLE Night of Champions to determine who would face the champion, which was Io Sky won that match and chose to fight Liv again. What were your thoughts on, like, we'll start with you this time, Moke, the Liv Morgan Io Sky match itself?
My opinion, I think that match was like both matches to start both days were really good, like grab your attention matches.
Mhm.
Like started out slow, they got their like there was a couple spots where like they were taking their time and you could see like they were trying to get things established. Match started off, like I said, kind of slow, moved in gradually. Ending spot, chef's kiss. But I that match I would probably put as probably top two on that card
Sure.
for Saturday, in my opinion.
Jarrett, what were your thoughts on that first match?
I'm not gonna lie, I completely missed that one. That was I
You
was
can't take the
I-
bathroom break at the beginning of the show, man. You got to save it for the other one.
It wasn't a bathroom break. That was I was still deep asleep.
So the only issue I had with this match was the fact that they literally faced at the PLE before. It was such a the King of the Ring, and we're not going to get into too much detail about this, but the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring tournament meant jack shit because it was supposed to set up who was facing the champions at SummerSlam. Now, the fact that Liv Morgan was in the tournament at all was kind of a unique thing, but that she made it to the finals and then you just ran that match back. They're good matches, but the overall complaint I'll have through most of the card from me personally is storylines. It feels like a lot of stuff was rushed, a lot of stuff wasn't well thought out, and ESPN was complaining that there was only 4 to 5 matches on a card and you had to find a way to put in 6 on each card. Good match. Like, Liv shouldn't have been in the tournament, and then this match would have meant more. Especially since I think this was another one where, like, Io had never lost to Liv.
And then drops, yeah, finally. It's kind of like how they had with what was the old feud, the Io and Rhea one, where it was like Rhea never beat Io, and then finally the one for the belt, she drops it. So
Yeah.
that's what I thought honestly was going to happen. I honestly thought Io was just going to stay clean on her, but that like I said, the besides for that, the ending spot, the Oblivion.
Mhm.
And then she no sells the Oblivion into the code breaker into another Oblivion was in personal with no cells, I felt like that was a better no sell than the Oba Brock no sell.
For sure. Again, the match itself, quality match. But it's just we saw it the PLE before. Summers, to me, when it comes to these like pay-per-views or these PLEs or whatever like they call them now, the matches should mean something. And I think there are matches on this card that do mean something, but Liv and Io giving away that show at Night of Champions, it just felt like I hate because this is going to be my complaint on night 2 about their main event. Just tired of seeing the same thing over and over again.
Yep.
Well, we should think of some kind of ranking system we can give matches. I don't want to do 5 stars because I don't want to be Dave Meltzer. But do we want to give it like basement steps or some shit?
I like
1 out of 10 basement steps.
it's three. It's like,
You just took one step into the basement. That's as far as you got.
Yeah, I just got to turn around. I would give it a solid. I'd walk up 6 steps to watch it.
yeah, I was gonna say I would take 5 and maybe a half step and hold my foot there.
We'll
We
give
can like bend down and look at the TV.
tie my shoe. We're good to go.
The toddler just looking down.
The next
Yeah.
match on the card was the 6-man tag team match that really felt like a match just to put people on the card. and I'm going to have beef with this, but I'll let you guys talk first. It was 11 minutes, and it saw LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys defeat the Bloodline, who is Jacob Fatu, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, by a pinfall. Jarrett, did you make this one?
I did make this
Okay.
one.
So,
I'm sorry.
what were your
It's not
thoughts on?
great.
Since you're actually, it's a good point of view for you because we'll just assume that SummerSlam's your starting point.
Yeah.
How did you feel about this 6-man match?
It felt like a lot. But the other thing, I don't know. I guess the beginning to me was the best part, mostly because huge Gears of War fan, and like that definitely kind of brought me into it a little bit. Like Fatu's mask was pretty tough in my opinion. Um, but like also, I don't get the bloodline.
Well, you've missed like 5
Yeah.
years.
You missed
But
a
like,
tier bloodline.
Yeah.
but like I've also seen bits and pieces of it on social media, and I still don't get it.
The story ended 2 WrestleManias ago. But it's back. This is the sequel, and sequels usually aren't as good as the originals.
Okay.
Moke, what were your thoughts on this 6-man tag team
So,
match?
all right. So let me first start out with the Gears of War thing. I
About that.
don't. How many gimmick matches do we have to put the Usos in? WrestleMania in Philadelphia, they're in the Dude Wipes match. Now they're in the Gears of War match.
Mhm.
There was a dude wipes match?
There was a Dude Wipes match, yes. And then there was a Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. Like how
Oh
many?
my
Oh
God.
my god! I forgot
LA
about
Knight.
that.
LA Knight
LA
gets the same treatment.
Literally,
You got the 2 Slim Jim guys fighting it out.
with a can of Mountain Dew and some Dude Wipes for who's gonna play first on Gears of War. Like, stop with the gimmicks. Like, I get it. You want to do the advertisement around it, but like, don't listen. Like he said, Fatu's mask. Holy words. That's how pissed off I am about this. Um, his mask was sick. Like the ring layout, sick. Like all that stuff's cool, but like, I don't need it. You don't have to call it the Gears of War match unless someone's taking a lancer to LA Knight's head. Like I don't need the gimmicks. Like these whole advertising gimmicks. I get it. It's a cash grab, but like one, I hate that. Two, I hate the fact that, like, again, going into old bloodline, you have a faction that's been so dominant for years and have had such good chemistry that you take them against the makeshift A team, and the makeshift A team winds up has much better chemistry than them.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, like I do like Solo. I think Solo is a great wrestler. Also,
I got a question for you
yeah,
about Solo in this match. Do you think he was originally supposed to turn?
I do. I really think that was that if you were gonna put like that would have put that match over so much because not for nothing, Solo is a heel. Why is the crowd popping "Let's go Solo"?
Because he gets to be goofy.
That's my that's my point though. Is like that was your perfect opportunity to have him turn around, thumb LA Knight in the neck, drop them, roll over, let them take the pin, walk out. Boom! I'm back in the bloodline. There's your next movement. Is you can go after. You could set up a tag match: Solo and Fatu versus Royce Keys and LA Knight. LA and Solo, and then you got Royce Keys and the Fatu old running mates
Mhm.
gimmick. I keep saying gimmick. I apologize, but
That's fine.
no, I do like Solo. Also, the running it back thing, I almost lost it at it because glorious.
The
I love the fact. Yeah, that's my thing. Is
he
like he's such a good heel. Like the goofy little heel gimmick stuff.
he works the camera very well. Like when it
He
comes to
is,
doing that like over the top shit. So
and
I
like
give him I'll give him props there.
I know it's not gonna happen, but like I'm begging for this company to get Zilla into it somehow. Like between Jacob, I'm so happy they got Jacob in it. After granted, this is a while ago, but they got Jacob in it. They got a Solo in it. Now they just need to get Zilla in it somehow. And there's your war games.
The the only problem I have with this match is not even 4 months ago, LA Knight was teaming with the Usos.
Yep.
And it's
To go against. Yep.
it was the same match like at
Yep.
WrestleMania. I don't think Royce Keys had good chemistry in this match against the Bloodline. Like every time he got involved in something, it felt a little off. And I don't know if that's because he was an AEW guy and this is like his first.
Yeah.
This is like his first PLE, right?
Yeah, this no, technically wasn't Mania his first PLE? Because he the
yeah.
Royale.
Oh,
no,
that's
that
on
was
SmackDown.
Yeah, I was about to say SmackDown. Never mind.
So like this is kind of his first featured storyline, more or less.
Mhm.
And it just every time they kept pairing him up with Fatu, it felt off a little bit with him. Like their timing was off, or like whatever the hell was going on was off.
I don't want to say ring rust, but like, yeah, it's you're not used to the big spot. Like,
yeah.
no, this first off, any AEW fans, this is not a slate at AEW, but like stepping into that area with that many fans on the first card might have, you
Throw him off.
jitter. Yeah, little jitter.
Crowd. Sorry, wasn't a shot. Wasn't a shot. Your tickets are much more affordable. I like your shows. When it comes to this match, though, like I was kind of bitter the fact that like LA Knight, they keep doing these press conferences and like talking about like, oh, if you're over, we'll push you. And LA Knight has been over. He's probably the best mic'sman they got right now when it comes to promos. So going into this, not knowing what Raw was going to be, and we could talk a little bit of the Raw aftermath now. LA Knight is a main eventer, like, and the way he came out firing on all cylinders on Monday to cut the promo on Roman, I'm looking forward to that, especially since he's still interacting with the Bloodline while interacting with Roman. So like his story is making sense right now. Saturday it did.
Yes.
Wait, does Roman not the bloodline? Am I?
He's the head of the Bloodline, but they were keeping LA Knight tied up with like the goons. Not that they're goons. I mean, one of them's a world heavyweight champion.
So the best way I could describe it for you, Jarrett, is
I'm listening.
Dace is the head of the Bloodline, like he's the head of Basement Protocol, right?
Okay.
Every time Dace gets into a fight and he starts to lose a little bit, me, you, and Frank all run out, get into it, beat the person up, and then Dace does the clean pin on him.
Yeah.
So that's what the Bloodline used to be. So the Bloodline used to be Roman would go out, the babyface would start to beat him up a little bit, the Bloodline would interfere, Roman would win, not clean, and this time around he wants to beat everybody clean. So that's why the bloodline story doesn't really work, because they're not getting involved in anything right now. Roman's kind of, hey, you guys work for me, but like don't come out. Like how Judgment Day is always at ringside, that's kind of what the bloodline used to be. Now they don't, because Roman's story is he wants to beat everybody by himself, because now he can.
Which is where you're getting into the gray area if you didn't know who was the good guy or the bad guy. Because bad guy tactics is let my goons handle everything, and I'll pick the bones afterwards.
And they both seem to be the bad guy, which is the heel.
Yeah, well, they're both technically. Well, I don't think Seth is anymore, but they both technically were head of factions, had goons do the work for them, and now they're just kind of coming off that, but still not fully off of it. It's weird. I think this whole PLE was thrown off by the fact that Brock Lesnar decided to retire. I think it threw a monkey wrench into anything they were building at the beginning of the year to get here. Because, like, even if you had the rumblings of Brock retiring, now all of a sudden you're doing Brock Oba 3 as the main event. Oba won the King of the Ring because you still want to push Oba, but like you went into King of the Ring saying the winner gets a shot at the champion at SummerSlam. And then Oba goes, nah, I could do that whenever. Cool. Like, we had a rule, and you just ignored the friggin' rule.
So,
go ahead.
So I'm sorry. You said the Oba and Brock thing. I know we're not there yet, but like, is it me or do oh, sorry, getting grumpy again. I apologize.
It's okay.
Do the belts not hold any weight anymore?
No.
You are putting a retirement match as your last match in the night over your premium belts. Your 2 world titles should be the main events of both nights. The fact that you put that match before the retirement match, I don't care if it's a Hell in a Cell. We've had WrestleManias where the Hell in a Cell starts the night off. Or
open with Cody and Punk.
Correct.
Like, we'll get into, because that's one thing I want to talk about too. Why did you have Cody and Punk like be the buffer, like the fluffer match before Oba and Brock? that crowd was dead.
Yeah.
Like they were still somewhat into it, but they could have been so much more alive if you put like that awful woman's tag match in between it. And we'll get there. The next match on the card, I think had the best build. I do think that it had the wrong guy because I think there was a better build for pulling Aldis out of retirement.
You never gave the steps.
Huh?
What steps are you giving to the match?
Oh, yeah,
What's
how many
that?
steps? How many
Oh,
steps
how many? Oh, that's a good point. I would give this 4 out of 10 steps for me. What do you give him, Jarrett?
Is this the wait?
This is the 6-man tag team match of the Bloodline versus.
Hey, we talked about
LA.
so many different things. I'm giving it 2. Mostly just because, like, look, my ratings and everything else right now are gonna be booty cheeks. Like,
No,
I
they
don't
should
know
be.
what's going. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what is good. I don't know. I can feel like I could tell what's bad.
But
Which is gonna be, I think, that other tag team thing that you're gonna say where things fell short.
yeah.
But I can see where things went bad. I don't know where things are going good yet. So like I don't know what would be considered like I mean I'm sure I could I guess feel it in the gut of like what was a great match.
Mhm.
I don't think I saw that.
Your perspective is what WWE should care about because they're trying to lure you in. We're already grumpy old men that will not go away, so we'll still watch it regardless. Moke, what would you give the 6-man tag team match?
I would that one honestly. I'd say I would go probably 4 tops. 4 is being generous.
It is only because LA Knight and Solo saved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I only went down 2 because I wanted to see the mask. And then I went back up.
The product placement got me.
I'm an Xbox nerd, okay? So.
The next match on the card is Gunther defeating Nick Aldis by submission. A lot of big notes out of this match. It went for 11 minutes and 40 seconds. Gunther won with a submission. This was Nick Aldis' first WWE match, his first match in 3 years. Somehow the son of a bitch got Oasis to play as his theme song.
Insane.
To the point where he broke Wade Barrett's voice as Wade Barrett was saying it that Oasis was playing. And Mickie James and his son was on the side. For your informational purpose, Jarrett, Mickie James is like a former women's champion from like the not so golden era of women's wrestling, but she was like a shining star in it.
They were like sexualizing them.
She was in that weird transition.
She was a stalker. So there used to be another wrestler. Sorry, off track. There used to be a wrestler named Trish Stratus, and she was legitimately stalking her and like stealing her clothes and like wearing them. That was like what they were putting on TV when we were kids.
Yeah.
Was it a bit? Was it a bit or was it real?
No, it was a bit. It was what they were doing. Yeah, like like she was stalking her. She was like sexualizing her. Dude, it was nuts. And this is all like.
And if you want to like follow her whole career, her final like storyline in WWE, they kept calling her Piggy James, and they were bullying her for gaining a little bit of weight. So like,
and she's probably not that. She's not that.
No, she persevered through all of that bullshit, and she's still one of the greatest of like all times. Even though I don't think she's in the Hall of Fame yet, which is dumb. She should be.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, how many dumb celebrities are in the Hall of Fame for the WWE?
Donald Trump's in the Hall of Fame, so. And I was there for that. That was rough. We'll have a story time down the road of how Madison Square Garden was not kind to him before he got into politics.
Oh God.
But Gunther versus Aldis, I thought it was a really good match, especially since Aldis didn't have 3 years in the ring. From the sounds of it, it was very short notice of like, hey, we're building to this. Get in the ring. I do think personally, as much as I love this Gunther versus Aldis feud, Drew versus Aldis would have been a lot better because like Drew and him were going at it hard almost a year ago, and they just I think Drew's off shooting a movie or something. But the Gunther part of it, fantastic. Moke, we'll start with you on this one. What did you think about Gunther versus Nick Aldis?
One, rename that goddamn finisher because nobody on the commentary team could fucking say it. Oh, here he goes again for the King Cloverleaf. What? The what? The King's Lynn Cloverleaf. I'm like, bro, just call it a Cloverleaf, call it a day.
Aldis is Cloverleaf.
No, literally, dude, the struggles. No, but I would honestly, I think Gunther was a really good opponent for him in his first match back. Gunther likes to do the test of might, and not
Mhm.
to be your first match back. Like,
Oh, also,
obviously,
Gunther needed this because after doing the career killing thing, he's been eating loss after loss because of Sammy and Cody.
can can we just say, can we call it what it is? Gunther's currently Jake Paul. He's just picking on everybody that's on their way out to retire. Like all these old men, he's Jake Paul of the wrestling world right now. Like,
Somehow Brock dodged him.
yeah, literally, like,
I
hey,
know that reference. I know that reference.
like, hey, Cena's 40 plus. I'm fighting him and retiring him. AJ Styles 40 plus. I'm fighting him. Nick Aldis hasn't wrestled in 4 years. I'm fighting him. Roman Reigns is on the table. Nah.
I'm out.
Cody Rhodes is on the table. Nah. Brock.
Who's
No, we're good.
who's this young guy? No, go away. Go away.
No, but I really did think it was a good match. Like I said, the test of might in the beginning, give them like literally the first 5 minutes was felt like they were just taking their time building into it. You could see where there was the beginning off the ropes. You could see like Aldous like stumbles,
Mhm.
and Gunther goes out and like taunts on top of the table. If you watch it again, like he like stumbles around, Gunther goes out. I think Gunther did it to kind of get the crowd to pull towards Aldous. Obviously, they're going to, but it also gave Aldous a couple seconds to like regroup himself and then get back into it. First
Sure.
match back in 4 years? 4 years, I want to say.
I think it was 3. His last match was, I think, was Cody in the NWA.
Okay, yeah. Then I mean, first match in 3 years, hell of
Mhm.
a match. Between the other three, way better than them. Way better than the other two. True. We're on third match now.
Yep.
Yeah, third match. So, yeah, I would definitely say I did like that, and I hope we see a little bit more of Aldous because it gave me enough that I haven't seen him in so long. I want to see a little bit more.
Yeah,
Like,
I
he's
thought
not.
it was. Yeah, I hope we get Gunther or we get Aldous back in the ring. I do think it was kind of crappy. He immediately went back to GM. I get why, and we'll talk about that on night 2.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it just like was almost immediate of like, hey, here's my resignation. Next, oh no, this is what. Okay, just gonna sidebar here real quick. Remember when these PLEs used to have backstage segments, and you didn't have to go to TikTok or Instagram or WWE.com to see the backstage segments
No.
because, well, fair, but uh, Triple H and him had this whole moment backstage of Nick handing the resignation letter, Triple H ripping it up and saying, "Let's get back to work," and then he's GM again. They used to do that shit in between.
Well,
Like,
that's the problem is now they don't. I don't know when it was. It was sometime last year when
I get pinpointed.
WWE would say something about AEW, AEW would say something about WWE, and they would go back and forth. Someone in WWE made a comment about how they're not going to shoot vignettes all the time like AEW does. So that's like last year sometime was when they started to like slowly trickle it out. You're barely getting it on Monday and Fridays now. Like
Yeah,
you're getting one maybe a match
if
or
you're
one
lucky.
one a night. Yeah.
I miss that
So.
type of stuff because it also made it more interesting if you got legends involved instead of like, hey,
Mm.
let's just see who's we put up front, the guardrail for 5 minutes before we rip them to the back again. Here's Jimmy Hart. Here's X Pac. Here's
I mean, they had a whole title. They had a whole title on backroom segments, the 24/7 champs. When it's just literally like they're waiting for a match to finish up, and R-Truth is running through the lobby, and everybody's chasing him, trying to get the 24/7
Mhm.
title. Like just stupid stuff like that to keep you entertained and not want to click off and go to another channel.
And NXT still does it.
Yep.
If you watch NXT, which we're not going to cover this episode, but they still do it. And Austin, not Austin, Grayson Waller is using that to his advantage. But back on topic for the matches, because otherwise we'll be here all night. Gunther versus Aldis. What did you think, Jarrett?
Definitely better match to actually enjoy. Because the last time I guess I saw Gunther was when he retired Cena. Because like
Ooh.
I mean, yeah. So like I didn't know he was losing, so that was news to me. So like I was like, oh, it ended the same way Cena's match kind of ended with like the submission
Mm-hmm.
or sleeper or
Well, yeah,
is that is
it's what he did to Goldberg. It's what he did to Cena. It's what he did to AJ, and then he did it to Aldous with the submission.
I mean, I also watching it, I thought, I guess like it was decent enough to where I thought Aldous could have won at the end.
Mhm.
Like it seemed to go that way for a little bit, and I was like, they're gonna bring a guy back for 3 years, and he's gonna beat the dude who retired Cena. And I was sitting there going, this will be fun, this will be interesting, it'll probably be a storyline, and then it didn't happen. I went, okay,
Yeah.
Well, that's what kills me about it is like you're building this dude to be a powerhouse. He's retiring people, and then you tarnish his prior to you watching.
yeah,
Mhm.
You
yeah,
tarnish his legacy by letting him get beat by Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeet.
And then the next WrestleMania gets beat by Seth Rollins in a
yep.
Throne 2 match because that they had nothing for either of them. It's is what it is. Let's move on to the next match because if we really want to, we got to give stairs. Let's give stairs to the Gunther Aldis match. Jarrett, what did you give it?
7. I'll give it 7 stairs down.
Nice. Moke?
Yeah, I'll give it a 6.
I'm gonna give it. I'll give it an 8. I think this was my favorite match of the night, which is it's tough considering
That's not good.
Oh,
There's 3 more matches.
my favorite wrestlers in like the match at the end. Like it's one of the matches at the end, and we're gonna get to that. So let's get to the shit show that was next. And the shocking thing is this match was only 7 minutes and 30 seconds, but it felt like 30 minutes. It's Fatal Influence, which not knocking them. JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Laney Reed defeated the Bellas and Paige by pinfall. This match, Brie broke her damn shoulder. Nikki turned on Paige at the end of it to the point of like, why would you ever get in the ring with Nikki Bella? Because she turns on everybody. And it did nothing for Fatal Influence. Like just it got them on the card. I mean, that's basically all it did because you had to have some kind of 6-woman tag match to have all 3 of them involved. But honestly, they should have just did a tag match and had like 2 of the Fatal Influences go against the Bellas, and then like Paige somehow screw the finish, and that's why Nikki turns on her. But Jarrett, we'll start with you. Tell us how much you hate women.
Okay, that was an intro. That was a setup. Well, where do I start? Who? Paige. Looked like she had no power. Like I don't know if her cells weren't great,
This is her
and there was
fourth. She's had a few matches, but she's been doing tags. But go on.
there there was like a kick that just it looked like it didn't land at all.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this looked like there was a lot of misses. Like I said like I could feel like I could tell if there was a bad match, and then I could tell if there was a good match. I think this was just on the par of just something that I think I probably ended up going to my phone more than I actually paid attention.
That's fair. Oak.
Which is like it's women on there too, so you would think that like it would be easier to pay attention.
But it's far cry from what opened because Liv and Io was really good, and then you were given this because like that like there used to be a time if we did this show 10 years ago, well maybe 15 years ago, none of the women matches would have been like spending any time talking about it. We would all be like, oh, that's when I went to the bathroom.
The problem in my opinion is you had 3 of the older generational wrestlers that like the newer gen women's wrestlers are all like call
Athletes.
what it is way better
Yeah.
than the other ones. Like Paige still does that old school pull punches that look like elbows. Everything coming across looks like an elbow, and there's no fixing it because they used to help them with the camera angles. Now they don't do that. There's not just one hard camera for them. You got 14 cameras bouncing around the ring consistently. Like there's no hiding that you can't throw an actual stiff punch. Again, I could go forever without seeing the Bellas wrestle anymore, but that's just me.
Yep.
Isn't the one wasn't she trying to get with Cooper DeJean on the Eagles or no?
Yes.
Nikki.
Yeah, that was the rumor. Yes, he was going to a bunch of Eagles games, wearing a bunch of gear that looked Eagles related. Go Birds, by the way.
Well,
Sorry.
they're also from the area, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're
I did
from,
not know that.
yeah, I'm pretty sure Bella's from Philly. If I'm, oh no, North
Like
Jersey. Maybe
Allen.
North
I thought it
Jersey.
was like Allentown or something.
That
Like I
might
thought
be
it
it.
was
That might
Middle
be it.
PA.
Might be right.
Okay.
But no, like you said, it was a filler match. Feel like it had no reason to be on the card. There was no build up for it. It was just a forced story. And then you have an injury, and the person that's injured won't get out of the ring or do anything to make the match progress except lay there. No offense, I know she's hurt, but like
Mm.
you got to let somebody know, "Hey, I'm actually hurt. Get me out of the ring. Do something."
She
She laid there.
she ended up
Yeah,
doing an interview or like her podcast afterwards and said her mindset was just to get to the hot tag with Nikki, and that
the
like
problem is she couldn't get to the hot tag.
yeah,
They drug her back to the corner, and then she laid in the corner like this, and she's just getting stomped out, which potentially can do further damage. Like, just let somebody know. They'll pull a quick spot, the ref grab somebody, back them off, get to the corner, get out, get somebody in there that can keep that match entertaining. Like,
Wait, so
it
she was
felt,
actually hurt?
yeah,
yeah,
she
broke her
she broke
shoulder.
her shoulder,
Oh shit. Okay.
The
and
one move into the steps where I think they cannonballed into her, she broke
Yeah.
something in her shoulder,
yeah,
Ooh. Okay.
yeah.
I
which
actually forgot
sucks
that one.
because they're clearly building to some kind of Bella thing, and they both can't be healthy at the same time apparently.
But then and then you throw the spot of Paige and Nikki, and then it's just like you said in the group chat, like, "Hey, can we be besties again?" Like,
Yeah.
there's
Call an audible.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's, I mean, like, I could have went without
Well,
seeing that.
to your point, the only time the Bellas and probably Paige until she gets back into a rhythm, if she's there to get into a rhythm, I don't know what they're gonna do with her long term. Only people like Becky, Bailey, Charlotte, like the transitional people that were there when they were there and like are now like the vets for the ones coming up from NXT seem to have good matches with them because they know their style. The Fatal Influence, which is like fresh out of NXT, they've never dealt with the diva era, and it's definitely a different style. To your point, Paige also has that weird British style, like of the hard knocks, and
Oh, yep, yep.
so it let's just go around stairs. I'm gonna assume none of us even tried to climb them.
I'll give it a 1. I took a
It's fair.
step. I took a step to get my feet wet because I needed to.
It's fair. Moke
I tripped over the rug and landed on the second step.
dashed my face into the number 2. Uh, I'll give it a 2 as well. I think Fatal Influence has like they have massive potential because to your like you said, we've got athletes coming up now. They're not doing divas or models and making them athletes. They're pulling college athletes and making wrestlers out of them. So like they're only on an upward trajectory. And Paige's theme always gets me going. So the next match, main event kind of thing.
Yeah, that's your boy.
That's my boy. It was the singles match for the undisputed WWE champion where CM Punk defeated Cody Rhodes by pinfall after 30 minutes and 10 seconds. I don't know if that includes entrances, which makes sense because
Yeah.
uh, Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter the movie heavily promoted since Cody Rhodes will be in it. I will always mark out for the Guile theme, so that was cool to hear through a stadium. But Cody, he's just so cringe when he does things like that for some reason. Even though I'm excited to see him as Guile, it was still kind of cringe.
The helmet, the helmet. Why did the helmet have hair?
Yeah, that's the cringe part of it. Punk had a terrible botch. I don't know what the hell he was thinking, being 40 some years old, trying to do a fucking moonsault. Like, dude, you shouldn't have. Even me was like, I'm a big Punk fan, but I can't get behind that. You almost killed him by landing on his head. Um, Overall, good match, except for that. It saw the return of Randy Orton at the end. So, like, a lot of the conversations I was having with Sal, who will be on our live show August 21st, was like, where, after we got done every match, like, where do these guys go from here? And we kept saying that about, like, Cody and Punk. Like, all right, if Punk wins, he's already faced Sammy and Finn. If Cody wins, technically he needs the rematch with Sammy because Sammy beat him once. I don't think he's ever faced Finn, so like there was more potential for Cody. And then when we get into night 2, it definitely shut me the hell up based on what I said at the end of Saturday. But we'll start with you, Jarrett. What did you think again? Which is the typical main event of a PLE? CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes.
I'm
Speechless. I love it.
I no. My bad. No.
It's fine.
It definitely started fast. Or at least it felt like it. It didn't take. It didn't look like they were dancing in the beginning. It was straight to action. I didn't understand CM Punk's outfit choice. I know
Uh,
you guys said something about for Cody Rhodes Street Fighter,
Punk
but
did. They were
Punk,
kept saying it was Minnesota, whatever Minnesota's
Min-
hockey team is.
yeah, but
I
that's
don't know why.
Minnesota North Stars. Yeah.
he is a Bears fan, and those were
Oh,
Packers
he's
colors.
a huge Blackhawks fan too. So I don't know why he would have done another hockey team.
So like, yeah, I don't that it didn't make sense to me.
So, someone
Um,
did point out online that it did resemble the gear that Cody debuted in, which is something Punk would
I wouldn't know
do.
that.
But
Okay.
I didn't know that. I didn't care because Cody debuted in all green trunks, and the lettering on his ass for Rhodes was gold.
Yeah. So it was I'm looking at it right now. He wore green tights with a yellow CR on it, and
Mhm.
Punk wore the North Stars colors, which is green and yellow. That's
Yep.
actually that's funny.
I don't know
would say
if that was
match-
intentional and that was the Easter egg for the wrestling fans, because someone had to deep dive for that shit.
Probably, or you just had somebody who had the tism that that's the first thing they knew. This one definitely this match felt different than the previous ones, and like maybe that's attributed to that these guys have been there for so long working with each other. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, the crazy thing about these two, this is a Mania match in my opinion, and that's the only beef I have with this. Like, it should have had Mania level build,
Okay.
Mania level feel, because they really haven't squared off in like a big storyline when it comes to their careers, but they've been around each other for like 16, 17 years.
Is that going to be the story that they're going to go with now that these two are going to feud?
No, it feels like it was a one and done, which is like felt like
Okay.
a waste, especially with Randy getting involved. Because in theory, where they go from here, Cody's going to go after Randy, and
Yeah,
Punk will
because he
face.
potatoed him.
Yep, and Punk's going to face the next number one contender we'll talk about soon.
But overall, I enjoyed the match, like especially from what we saw this day.
Yeah,
This definitely wasn't a bad match in my opinion.
Moke, what were your thoughts on Cody versus Punk?
Cody has no story to finish with Punk, so Cody's gonna go finish a story somewhere else. But no, did it randomly just get like a million degrees in there during that match because nobody wants to talk about Punk having the biggest case of swamp ass ever during the match?
He always blows up now. He is like, he is the antithesis of what he left for. Oh, I'm tired of these old people coming back and just highlighting the main events. It's like, dude, you are now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, good match, yes. Love the fact that Punk is on this like John Cena like roll through into finisher like move where everybody just magically falls everywhere in the ring. But it has to be on Punk's shoulders. Like they just fall on his shoulders and he's like, "I'm strong, I'll pick you up. I'm 40, I'm a man." No, but
It's like Cody. Like, it's
yeah.
Cody.
Hey, he was a UFC fighter, sir.
Yeah, but yeah, he lost to Mickey Gall. I don't want to hear it. He lost to some dude from North Jersey. No,
Yeah, brother.
but no, we just need to keep Punk away from top turnbuckles because Punk's moonsault looks like me trying to jump into a pool, and then and then the other one to the table, like he landed feet first on the table,
I also love
like
how commentary these days don't try to hide the fuck ups. I'm pretty sure Cole's like, he landed feet first. I'm like,
yeah,
you should have said that.
well, yeah, that's what he said. He's like, he landed feet first. I think he actually damaged his bad knee. Like Michael Cole just doesn't care anymore. He's so far like he's been there so long. He's like, fire me at this point. You fucked up. I'm calling you out on it. Nah,
Yeah,
but
hands down.
yeah, good match. I mean, granted, it's been a couple weeks, but like the build up was stale to it.
The buildup was so bad.
Like
The
I get it. Like
accidental belt to the face, The accidental
Like-
elbow, like, oh, but we're really mad at each other now because it was intentional.
And most of the people missed it, like you said, they didn't show the whole backstage thing on TV. The backstage thing, if you want to see, you had to see it on Twitter. Like, it's like I don't. Sorry, not last tangent, and I promise I'll keep it on track. But it's like when before it was Cody and Kevin Owens, they got into the fight out in the trailer bay.
Yeah, his heel turn.
The only way you could see it, the only way you could see it was on Twitter because they were only letting fans videotape it. But like, cool. Some dude with 300 followers is posting this on Twitter, and I'm hoping that it comes across my feed. Lucky enough, like it got picked up by like bigger outlets, but like, you, that's what these back segments are for. Like, that would have been a good way for him to turn this feud up. Like, I don't know.
It felt
I don't
flat.
know. I think there's gonna be more to it. Like, I have a feeling that somehow Cody's gonna finish his story at Mania again, but
Against
but-
Punk.
against Punk, yeah.
Is this a running gag with him?
So
Yeah.
yeah, the two WrestleManias in a row, he had to finish the story against the Bloodline. So the second one was then. Goodbye. We're done with the tangent. I apologize.
It's fair.
I'll one off with you. I'm sorry.
All right, yeah, no worries, no worries.
We'll
no
do
worries.
specials where we explain why they're doing the shit they do now.
It's just gonna be me trying to watch, and you guys are gonna be like, "See, this is what happened here."
We can watch Mania Endgame if you want. I have no problem. I will sit down and watch Mania Endgame with you.
So overall, what did you think of the match? I'm going to exclude the build when I give my match critique of this when it comes to how many stairs we're giving it, because the build this deserves so much better when it came to storyline build, but it did not get what it should have gotten. Especially since both of them are really good on the mic and they didn't get to tell that story.
Correct.
Moke, what would you give them stair wise?
If we're not doing storyline build, if we're just doing the match, I give it a 6.
Okay.
Like, storyline was really bad. If I'm including the storyline in it, I probably would have gave it a 5. Like, it was a good match, but like I said, it wasn't anything that like excited me or like grabbed my attention like crazily. So
Jarrett, stairs.
I'll give it a 7, just because of the RKO at the end.
There you go. I'll probably give it about a 7 as well. I thought Gunther and Aldis was the match of the night, and this wasn't a bad match. It just the match itself was good. Again, I'm trying not to hold the storyline against it, but these two deserve much better. The main event though of the match and kind of the big storyline out of the weekend was Brock Lesnar losing to Obafemi by pinfall in the Hell in a Cell, and Lesnar retired officially Monday, but essentially at the end of the show Saturday. The big comment I kept hearing, and I think X-Pac made the comment, and I kind of agree with him. There was no point to the cell.
Okay, cool. That is something I wanted to ask.
Yeah, there was no point. They didn't utilize it very well. They could have just had a no DQ or no holds barred match or something. The Hell in the Cell was to give it like this is the rubber match and this is the blow off. Hell in a Cell.
I mean, it has a great name.
Yeah.
It doesn't. There was no point in having the cell.
No, not at all.
At all. What? Also, is it supposed to take that long to drop down from the ceiling?
Oh, it's its own thing. It gets its own entrance. As they lower it with fire and shit, it's its own thing. It's a sports entertainment.
Look, I'm cool with the sports entertainment. I saw the greatest Hell in the Cell I saw was when Spider-Man was on the side of his cage, and you had Bonesaw telling him he's got 3 minutes of playtime.
You're going nowhere.
I was gonna say, so like for my first Hell in the Cell to actually watch, it did not. It was hard to watch that was a Hell in the Cell. So I'm hoping that like there's something better in the future. Because like I've seen things where like people are falling through the cell and like climbing up it and everything.
Nobody does that anymore.
You're fine. It's got its own pay-per-view. You'll be fine. I promise you'll get a better run with it.
OSHA got involved and they retired Mick Foley. That shit don't happen no more. Like,
well, I think OSHA retired it because it used to come down when the wrestlers were in the ring, and someone almost got impaled sliding into the ring.
And Mick Foley's the only dumbass that would get thrown off with no protection. So, They don't really do that anymore.
Which is fine. Yes.
Moke, what were your thoughts on the Oba Brock finale?
I still think like I know it's never gonna come out, but I still think I think Oba missed a spot. I think the point was Oba no sells on the wood, and then Brock takes the hard fall on the wood and goes down clean.
Mhm.
I think he missed the spot because you can see like if you go back and watch, Brock hits the ground. He hits the ground and he kind of like looks over like I'm not on the wood, that didn't hurt, and then looks back up and lays there. Like
Mhm.
I think I watched it like 3 or 4 times this morning while I was at work, and like you can literally see Brock hits. He takes the cell, like he hits, and then he like opens his eyes to the camera and like looks and sees he's not on the wood, and then like shimmies over. Like I just it was like I said, you yeah, you took a no sell. I also love all these wrestlers are doing like paying homage to wrestlers that they beat. Like you did a move that crippled Stone Cold,
Mhm.
and like Oba's just like, all right, dude, I'm doing kick. Like he's just freaking out.
You made the
And
Undertaker's finisher look like a bitch move.
like an absolute bitch move. And I'm not sure if it still is, but like, isn't that technically like a banned finisher now? Like
It's protected. No,
you
nobody
took
really uses it.
that's my point though, is like I think KO did it. Oh, he did a pile driver, never
Yeah.
mind. Like he did like the sit down pile driver. No, but yeah, no, it's you took one of the moves that was always protected. It's like the 1D. Like it was protected for so long. If you took it, you lost. Like
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden you break out of it and somehow you punch a chair and Lesnar flies 14 feet backwards. Like the ending I just didn't like. If he would have landed on the wood, I think it would have been good because hey, you ripped up the ring, you get put through it. The old but, no,
The
it was a good match.
the
I mean, it
final
was a good match.
so the final question I have about that match is with wrestling, as with everything, and the only person who openly admitted to it that it's never say never was AJ. Do you think Brock is one of those ones that's going to stick to his guns when it comes to retirement?
He's one of the few people that I think is gonna be hard to drag him back out of it,
Do you,
but
do you think the Saudis can?
yes. Yes.
So WrestleMania next year, do you think Brock,
Mm,
unless he's the Hall of Famer,
mhm.
because they're talking about that the Hall of Fame's going to be done over there.
That sounds dumb.
Mm.
It's we'll get to WrestleMania next year at
And
some
then
point.
my only thing is, alright, cool, he made Brock look like a sorry, call it what it is. He made
Bitch.
Brock look like a bitch. Where does he go from here?
So
You
that's yeah, that's another problem. We have a lot of monsters in the business right now.
sent him to the moon. You put him on a you strapped a rocket to his back and you sent him to the moon. Now where do you go from here? Because there's nowhere to go.
He's got to
Like,
be champion.
like he's gonna be champion tomorrow and he's not gonna drop the thing for a year.
Do
Like
you think? And I'm sorry, I feel like we're kind of pushing Jared to the side of this conversation.
It's okay. It's
Do
okay.
you think he becomes a special attraction like Brock? Like he shows up maybe 4 times a year? I think that's the only way
I
to
think
protect him, honestly.
I think that is the only way to protect him, but the guy's young. Like, how do you do that with him? Be like, hey bro, you build up, you get the crowd draw, everybody's in on it. Like your walk is like let's see little kids in my town just literally doing when I walk to the fridge, I do it. Like
Easily.
like he's built up so big. Like, how do you put him as a special attraction? Because right now, like he could be your cash cow. The
Hmm.
only way is you're gonna have Roman, unless Roman's got a movie coming up that you can drop the title to Oba. That's the only person that he can beat that makes sense.
Yeah.
If
But
he
like,
fights CM, if he fights CM Punk, he has to squash him.
yeah.
Like there's you put your back to the wall where it's either you take Roman out and hopefully he goes on a movie, or you squash CM Punk because they're
y-
the only 2 titles he can go for right now.
And you've got 5 monsters in this business right now. You got Gunther the career killer. You got Oba, who's the next beast incarnate. Omos is still floating around. They've just hiding him in AAA.
Yeah. Yep.
Braun Breaker.
It just came back.
Yep. Bronson Reed is on the way back.
Yep.
Like you've got these monsters that if you're gonna kill someone's aura is gonna hurt. And right now I think it's Braun Breaker. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know how you without making them a special attraction. Like Oba shows up at the Rumble. Like he should just kind of go take some time. And when he shows up at the Rumble, he dominates at the Rumble. And then maybe you have the big Braun Breaker moment, and then like they face at Mania, and that's the build to Mania. Like you got to start treating him like you pass the torch from Brock to Oba. You probably got to start treating him like Brock. Of like you can't have Brock wrestling on every Monday Night Raw, even to jobbers.
Like I just like I said, I don't know. I'm curious to see where they go from now from
Mhm.
here with them now. Like I said,
When
it's
it
just
comes to the people who were on this card, he's my biggest question mark of where do you go now with him?
yeah.
Let's do the stairs. Jarrett, what were your stairs on Oba versus Lesnar?
It would have been more stairs if, like, I okay. So I didn't know he missed the mark. I just thought that like the plan wasn't to put him back into the wood.
I don't know if he missed the mark. I'm just saying,
Okay.
see, if I'm telling you, when you have time, go
Yeah.
back and just watch the ending of that match,
Okay.
and just he hits and he's got a look on his face like, damn, you missed, dude. And then afterwards, when he's like standing up and like walking out of the ring, they're looking at each other, and Oba's got like almost an "I'm sorry" look on his face.
Well, as I say, like you were there with me when I literally looked at it and went, like, damn, they didn't reuse the wood. Like, so like as like somebody who doesn't really watch, like that's what I thought like the end was gonna be,
Mhm.
was in that spot, and it just didn't happen there. So I was kind of somewhat confused. I'd give this one about like a 5, maybe a 6.
Okay.
Mostly just because like it seemed like two giants battling each other. But kind of like what you guys said, I know they tried to build storylines for things, and I didn't see where either one of these things would have went when they both versed each other. I didn't hear anything about like a buildup of their story, and I don't know if there was a buildup for their story or if there's a story after this. Like the only thing I can think of is they're gonna bring in some type of like David versus Goliath story to it. Like somebody small is gonna somehow take down the beast.
Yeah, he's the new Brock. So in theory,
I mean,
they got to treat him
they,
like
they
Brock.
here we go. You got Penta. We can do Ray Brock again. Do
Hmm.
Penta versus Oba. But
How many stairs you give it, Moke?
so if my suspicions are right that he missed the spot, uh, it would have been a 9, but I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Okay.
But like I said, I just the dog and pony show at the end. I don't know what was with this SummerSlam with everybody having to grab a mic at the end of their match and talk to the crowd. Like I know there was a lot of time, but like
They're all
Brock
from
hasn't
Minnesota.
Brock hasn't been on a mic in 45 years, and now
Oh,
all of a sudden you want to put him on a mic every other day?
I'm betting they didn't plan that with Brock because Brock just does what Brock wants to do. And he probably went, you know what? I'm going to walk back down there and have a mic instead of giving him the ring and just giving him the rub that way of just
Yeah.
walking off into the distance. I'm going to state the obvious of I'm the past, he's the future. We got that, Brock. You didn't have to stay it.
No, but yeah, I would say 8.5. What are you thinking?
Probably a 6. I still think Gunther versus Aldis was the best match of the night. I think their first match was better than this one at Mania. Like if that was the end, Mania, that would have been perfect. I get why they brought him back and did 2 more. But is what it is. Let's roll into night 2. We'll try to power through this for you guys. Not as much bitching on night 2, so we probably shouldn't be hung up as much as we were. But first match was supposed to be Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn to determine the number 1 contender for the Undisputed Championship. So Nick Aldis makes his way back on stage, flexing those GM muscles out the gate. Does a weird move where the crowd goes, "What?" He's adding Gunther to the match. Okay. This is, I guess, is showing his neutrality. And then the biggest pop of the weekend, possibly the year, after 18 months, Kevin Owens returns. Just unleashes his wrath on everybody in the ring and beats Balor, Gunther, and Zayn to be the number 1 contender to face CM Punk. And now it's starting to make sense where they were going. What were your thoughts? The match only ran 8 minutes and 30 seconds, which is kind of crazy to believe, given like the energy that was there to kick off this show. But what did you guys think of the impromptu fatal 4-way for the number 1 contendership? Jarrett.
From coming from a newbie. Oh yeah, I'll start off as the newbie who's because I've seen Kevin Owens before.
Mhm.
Definitely, like after the conversation with you guys, did not expect to see anything like this happen, and didn't exactly know what was happening at the time. I was just like, oh, they add. Like, what do you mean they added somebody?
Mhm.
But overall, uh, but judging by the crowd and everything else that was going on, this is probably better than all of day two or day one combined.
Yep.
Especially like everything else and watching Kevin Owens win.
I'm gonna say I'll just be bold out the gate. There's nothing
Go ahead.
under a 5 on this card.
Oh,
And the 5 that I'm gonna give out is because I love the character so much. Moke, what was your thought on the Fatal 4-Way?
All right, I'm starting a timer because I'm not being forever on this one. I love Kevin Owens, so I'm very happy he's back. Fight Owens fight is the king. I can't wait until he beats CM Punk at Mania. Please, for the love of God,
Oh, but Mania is fine.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's a good
I
run.
love I'm a Punk guy, but like Kevin Owens needs this damn title. That boy. I love him. He's just got aura. No, but I thought it was a good match. I like the fact that Aldis loses to Gunther, and it was like, "Here, I've screwed you over for so long. I'm putting you in the match." Then all of a sudden, he does the New Day with the Hardys back four or
Mhm.
5 years or 5 6 years ago. Like, yeah, the shuffle out of the way so KO can come back. Crowd goes nuts. I like the little touching moment in the beginning. Hey, let's hug real quick and then beat the shit out of each other.
Mhm.
Good match all around. Like you said, not a single match on this card that is less than a 5. And we kept that under a minute. Woo!
Nice. So how many stairs would you give it?
That one I would give that match. I'm giving a 7.
Nice. Jarrett?
9. I give it 9 stars.
Ooh, I'm gonna give it.
Jared going.
You're blowing your load out the gate, so now nothing's gonna beat this match. I'm gonna go with 7 because there is a match I believe that was better than this one, even though it's very hard because like everything's gonna pretty much be a 7 except for like 2. Um, next up is the United States Championship match for 9 minutes and 5 seconds, where Baron Corbin returned to the WWE after 2 years and beat Trick Williams, who had Little Yachty with him, and Little Yachty or Yachty, I don't know how to fucking say his name.
Yachty. I got
Little
you.
Yachty, little,
Yeah.
little Yachty from
He's so yucky.
the little Jewish boy from down the road. He missed his spot to the point where you heard Baron yelling for him.
Yachty. Yachty.
Yachty, 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 Yachty. It was an okay match. I'm gonna say my right now. This was the other 5. So, Jared or Moke, what was your thoughts on this match?
Corbin just being fresh back. I think it was a good match for him. I mean, he's been all doing like jujitsu and whatnot
Mhm.
and running
They
a
said it
cooking
enough.
channel. I was well, I mean, yeah. Hey, that's why I said it. That and a cooking channel. The dude's making a killing on like TikTok doing like cooking videos. But
Nice.
no, I think it was a good match. Again, missed spots. I'm tired of seeing celebrities in matches because they one either oversell and actually hurt people. Like what's his name? Whatever his name is that punched Cody in the face. And you
Oh
got
God, the other rapper,
what's something Scott, Travis Scott.
Travis
Yeah,
Scott. Yeah.
Travis Scott clocks Cody, and then yeah, but no, like I'm just tired of seeing like, cool, you want Yachty out there, don't put him in a spot. Put him off
Mhm.
the side. Like you don't need these people that aren't professionals doing not these stupid little spots, and then they screw it up, and then everybody on Twitter's mad at Corbin because they're like, oh, Corbin, this he's yelling out spots. Yeah, he's yelling out spots because you got idiots that don't know what they're doing
Yeah.
in the business.
He would have hit that
So
rope and not got smacked. What was he gonna do?
yeah,
Clothesline trick?
yeah, but that's why I was like, why is he bending over? And then he started yelling, and I was like,
Hmm.
miss spot, cool. Yeah, I would also give this one a 5.
Jarrett.
Give this one 3. Mostly because, I guess I didn't have the nostalgia that you guys had or anything else,
Oh,
but like I even knew who Baron Corbin was.
I don't like him, but he didn't do bad.
Okay. Well, no, I don't think he did bad. And like you said, it was easy to tell that there was miscommunication in this match,
Hmm.
which kind of takes you out of it. And like, from my hypocritical standpoint of like, I never watched WWE, never watched wrestling. It was like, it's fake. Like, this is one of those matches where it's like, Yeah,
There's no
that's what
chemistry to
you.
the match.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, it was okay. I'm glad it wasn't very long, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, a lot of
It-
all the
it-
matches on this night were not long compared to the first night. Like they shortened the
no,
times on this quick.
which is
Um,
probably for the best, and they probably realized it after the first night and went, "Yeah, we need to get out of here."
yeah. Uh, the only thing that I said to Sal via text as we were watching, I'm mad that Corbin took Carmelo's spot. I would have liked to see Carmelo versus Trick again, but we get what we get. Maybe we'll get Carmelo versus Corbin now, and maybe that's what they were trying to set up. The next match went for 13 minutes and 5 seconds, and it was the five-way ladder match for the interim WWE Women's Champion that saw Chelsea Green defeat Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, Lash Legend, and Tiffany Stratton. About 3/5 of that match was good. I love the ending. This is my other 7-star match or 7-star match. Just because Chelsea's long overdue to be the champion. I hate that they have that damn interim title in front of it because she is anything they've ever asked of her. Oh, she has killed it. She's crushed it. Jared, what were your thoughts on this ladder match?
So, I mean, because I have seen some WWE stuff, I knew who Charlotte Flair is because
Mhm. Woo!
I guess like who doesn't? Definitely not a fan of hers, but there was a point where like her and who was it, Stratton, who were just looked like they were beating the shit out of each other.
Hmm. Well, they hate each other. I don't know. Do they still hate each other?
I
I
mean, when you talk about divorce and shit like that, I feel like there's still gonna be a sour taste in your
Yeah.
mouth.
They
So
had a bad WrestleMania lead up one year, and shit got personal live on air.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did not know that. But like then like the other thing was what was it, the
The
choke slam from the top of the rope onto the ladder?
by the
Ooh,
basketball star. Yeah.
yeah. I still enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed it as just somebody watching it, I guess, and like not invested yet.
Hmm.
So like
The match
from
was
that
good.
perspective,
Just
but like yeah, like you said, I'd probably get this one about 7 stairs down.
nice. Moke.
think it was a good match. I mean, I, I I'm still not sold on Lash Legend. It's just me.
She's
Yeah,
good in a tag. I do like her with Naya. I think what they're doing, like the new natural disasters or whatever they are,
yeah,
they're doing. I like their tag team. Singles, I'm still not sold on Naya. So like,
yeah. I just I mean, Naya hurts everyone. Now it's like Lash is known as like she's not known, but like I mean, there's so much botches with her.
mhm.
Like I don't know this. I think I counted four in that match, and I was like, "Come on, dude, just hit one." Um, I do like the fact. At first, I really didn't think Chelsea was going to win, especially when she was doing the gimmick of like laying in the ladder upside down while everybody else is fighting around. And then I was like, "All right, she's in there to be the gimmick." I didn't expect her to win. I am very happy that she won. She is one of the few people that like has no ego. Like she will take a loss if you tell her she's getting squashed. Cool, I'm getting squashed. Hey, you're winning against this random person. Cool, I'm winning against like there's no ego with her. And
Nope.
fuck you, Michael Hayes.
It's exactly what it is.
Fuck you, Michael Hayes. Nah, but yeah, I this one I'm gonna give it 7.5.
Nice. The next match is the other 5-star match that I have, and I gave it 5 because of Danhausen is the man, as well as Joe Hendry. But Danhausen defeated Dominic Mysterio in a human money's on a pole match because you have to have one gimmick match so gimmicky that this was it. And what else are you gonna do with Danhausen, who's undefeated since coming to WWE? So give him a WWE Championship match. Um, 6 minutes 50 seconds, probably too long. 5 for me. Jared, what were your thoughts?
This was definitely a higher one for me because like I guess I enjoy the gimmick. I enjoy the fun. Like I don't know.
It's fair. It's
It's
fair.
I'm going with the 7 mostly because I like the shtick. I like the Danhausen shtick. Also, the Joe Hendry portion of it as well coming in. Did not expect to see that. Uh, but overall, like I don't understand the beef between the two of them. Like I'm hearing that like Danhausen cursed him a bunch.
He cursed them. He stole their money, and he screwed Liv out of the Queen of the Ring. He has not been kind to Judgment Day. They dropped the whole Miz thing. Like he had Miz and Kit Wilson as zombies, and that just went away.
Which is I'm
But
cool with, mostly because fuck the Judgment Day, they kicked out R-Truth.
that's true.
But other than that,
Very evil.
your point of like celebrities being a part of it, I don't know if you knew this, but Brad Williams was one of the Minniehausens.
I did see that, and that was cool, especially since like the mini houses are gonna get old quick. But that's cool they got him in there.
But yeah, no, I'll give it the 7 just because it was enjoyable to watch.
Moke, what were your thoughts on the Danhausen match?
Um, I fucking love Danhausen. Just fucking that man. No, match itself, eh. Um,
It is what it is. Whenever you
I
put
mean,
something on a poll, 5 is
yeah,
generous.
no, and I'm only giving it a 5 for what were they calling him? Toritohausen, El Torito. The
Yeah.
fact that he's a Minihausen now, like, dude, fucking, I used to love all his spots in AAA. Like,
hmm
no, but yeah, I mean, he killed it. I fucking love that little dude. Sorry, but no, I mean, besides for the match though, like, it's Danhausen. It's gonna be something gimmicky. I feel bad for Dom. I love Danhausen, but I feel like they wasted Dom on this card. Like
Oh,
you
hands
could have
down.
did something. You
Guy
could
who
have
had
did
a
something.
victory over Cena in his last run, and you
Yeah.
just
So
fed him to
I mean,
Danhausen.
but yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm only giving it a 5 for El Torito.
There you go. And also, had Dominic won, the money was half fake. It was ones and the Danhausen bucks you can get from WWE.com. The next match, which I think is the match of the weekend and definitely the match of the night, Chad Gable, hometown boy, beat Penta via submission for the WWE Intercontinental Championship, 11 minutes and 10 seconds. I am going to say one note. This is 8 stairs for me, but the one note I had is, again, bad placement to lead into the main event. Danhausen should have been in between this to cool the audience down and then roll into. And that's probably why when we get to Roman and Seth, I thought less of it. But match of the night, Chad versus Penta. Moke, we'll start with you on this one.
You didn't give me enough time. I was trying to scroll back through our text to just give my ha, I told you so. I'm pretty sure I sent a text to the group on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here it is. Thursday I sent a text to the group. Penta and Gable match will steal this show. And like I said, that damn match was so good because one, Gable is I don't care. Gable is the best wrestler I have ever seen in a wrestling stance.
The
And Penta,
comparison, it's Eddie versus Kurt of our time.
correct, yes. But like I said it from the beginning, I'm a Gable guy. When still my match of the year is the El Grande versus El Grande in AAA. That is still the match of the year for me. I love Gable. I don't know how they can get. I don't know how they can get Kaiser back to WWE, but like give me that match in WWE because I feel like a lot of people missed that match. Gable is and Penta. I mean, don't get me wrong, but like I'm a Gable stan. I apologize,
How many stairs?
but that one I'm definitely giving that one I'm giving an 8.5, 9.
There you go. Jarrett, what were your thoughts on Chad Gable versus Penta?
See, like I hate my takes compared to you guys. You guys are like sophisticated, and I'm like, man. Before this match, I thought that was Eddie Guerrero for like a second, and I was
See?
like, ah,
But you should get the reference of Kurt Angle versus Eddie then. Huh? But you
yeah,
thought Chad was Eddie, which is weird.
I there was a scene where he looked like Eddie Guerrero, and I was like, I know who that is. I've heard that name before. That's Dom's dad. But no, other than that, like, it was definitely one of the better matches of the night and of the weekend. Like I'm going about an 8.
Nice.
What So like I'm still trying to get. Was he the El
El
Americano or
Grande Americano.
so was that him?
Gracias.
Yes.
And that was the mask versus mask
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
like he lost. Okay, okay.
And on
He
Monday Night
lost that
Raw,
match.
Penta recognized him as one of the greatest luchadors ever. So,
Yeah.
So like yeah, I'm still trying to get into it, like which like get into like the story because I feel like it makes the match better when you
mhm.
understand what's going on. But like I can still tell like just athleticism and just showmanship that this was definitely one of the better ones of the weekend.
Yep. The only sour point of this was that he posed with the Mug's cat or dog at the end of that damn fucking speech.
I would get the gimmicks out of the ring.
Yeah, it was very touching, the moment with his family, and then all of a sudden, I thought it was somebody going to pop the hood off and be something like we're going to go into the next feud. No, it was the Mugs and mascot. So, way to
Oh
kill
my
that moment. The finale of the SummerSlam and our last match we're talking about tonight before we close the show. Roman Reigns defeated Seth Rollins for the first time ever via pinfall to defend the World Heavyweight Championship after a 33 minutes and 25 seconds. It was the last Shield jerk-off session the WWE is allegedly doing until they coax Moxley back. What did you think, Jarrett, of the main event?
It felt long. The build up felt like it took too long to get there. Then I think that we were watching them walk around the outside of the ring, which then again still felt really long, but there felt
Mhm.
like there were weird cuts in it to where there might have been something happening with probably fans that they cut out of the actual broadcast. I'm not
Probably.
entirely sure. There were some definitely weird cuts that were going on. I was like, I'm picking up on that too much. But overall, I still think Roman should have used the chair. Fuck whatever growth you wanted to do. Use the chair, destroy his ass, and then win. You still would have won. There's no difference. He still would have won.
Okay.
That's just
Moke?
me. But I'll give it 7 stairs. 7 stairs.
There you go.
you, Jarrett. I'm going opposite of you know. I want one. I really, really thought he was coming out in Shield gear, and the fucking LCD screen fucking played me because I
Mm-hmm.
forgot they were using better screens now. I saw him in Shield gear, went full Homer mode, and was like yes, and then he came out in his peacock shit. I can't stand. You're not a mummer, dude. Take it off.
He was.
No,
He
no,
was a mummer at WrestleMania 40.
no. He came out with the mummer. See,
Honorary mummer. Honorary mummer.
no.
Who honored him? Who honored him?
The mummer.
Mhm. But no, I think I thought the match was really good. I do like the fact that like they did little nods to previous feuds between them, like, hey, I'm not taking the chair shot. I do like the fact that they gave you. I do I do like the fact that they gave nods to Mox, even though Mox is in AEW. You got him doing the slingshot off the rope comeback. You got him doing the butterfly DDT, like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, or what did he call it in WWE? Dirty Deeds now,
Yeah.
and now it's what, Death Rider or something like that. Um, but no, I do like that they did the nods to it. Um, I don't, I don't know, man. Something at the end of that match tells me that there's a long, not right now, but long-term storytelling. Something tells me that there's a chance somehow Seth and Roman are gonna faction together again. The fact that he put the mask to him and he didn't take it, and Roman, if you watch the ending, like when they cut to the Paul Levesque, no, when he's like rubbing the mask in his hand and holding it still, and he walks out of the ring with the mask. So like, if there's no attachment to it, drop it and leave it in the ring. But there's something that tells me that there's more to this coming.
Oh,
But I
I do think if they ever coerce Moxley back to the ring or to a WWE ring, they're going to go back to the Shield one more time. But I think it's going to take Mox having to come back from AEW.
Who's
CM Punk
Mox?
joins and we get Nexus and
No. Kurt Angle returns because he's an honorary Shield member, and he made sure he posted that. Thank you guys for honoring me that night.
Yeah, Twitter was blowing up. It was like, wait a second, these aren't Kurt Angle's moves.
Wait,
so,
who's Mox?
so
Dean Ambrose.
the Shield was the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so in AEW's Moxley. But yeah, no, he I think it was between that and Gable's match, both of them, I have them both 9.5s. Like, I really do, personal opinion, it's not out yet. I really do think this is the closest one that Meltzer might give this a 5. I would say he's either going to give it a 4.5 or a 5.
Oh,
But
he's gonna give it.
rating,
He's gonna give it a 4 because it's WWE, and he's gonna be like,
I'm
we've seen this a million times.
I'm telling you, I really he gave a like quick little review of it Sunday night, and he said this is the best match we've had in WWE in some time. So I really do think there's a chance he gives it a 4.5, 5.
That's fair. I'm going to give it a 7. This one I am going to hold storytelling against it. It was rushed, and it was only rushed because the whole Brock Lesnar thing. I really feel like the whole Brock Lesnar retirement completely jacked what this card originally was on paper, considering the King of the Ring was null and void. I don't know how they got to Seth versus Roman this quick. Of just like Seth walked out and said, "I want a match." Okay, I hate that shit. Because that's basically how both those main events happened. Punk came out, or Cody came out to Punk and said, I want a match." Okay, and then Seth did the same thing. It's like, okay, you guys did nothing different. You told a different story, but you did nothing different to get there. Overall, as we wind down our inaugural episode of the Wrestling Protocol, how would you rate SummerSlam on the stairs scale, Jared?
For my first one, and definitely not the last one, I'm still gonna give it probably about a 6.5, 7 stairs.
Mhm.
Like I felt like it was warm enough water to get in
Okay.
and stay there for a little bit.
It's a good starting point
And,
because everything it's a reset point. So going forward, we should have all new storylines.
okay, oh, all right.
That's
So
what I was
like,
saying. You're getting in at a good point because
Yeah.
now it's the road to WrestleMania. So like you're gonna get the Money in the Bank. You're gonna get the things that propel it to. You're gonna get the long term stories. Now these are kind of like the beginning fluff. Now some of these storylines will carry throughout the rest of the year. So like I said, you will get a good build now.
okay, cool.
Mocha
So
was
yeah,
your
no,
overall.
that's
Sorry, Mocha was
Um,
your overall thought.
I would say this is to me this was the match before the main event. This should have been the match before the main event. I would probably unfortunately put this at like a 5, 5.5. Like I said, I felt like we said, what were run times? 3 hours each night.
Yep.
Like there was a lot of like downtime in between it. Like it was fast, it was rushed, and like the match there wasn't any long matches. You probably, if you wanted to, you cut out the the th- the tag women's match, the last no the Bellas one, and
Yep.
you might be able to put this all on one card with how fast everything went.
You
Like
you
you
dropped
probably
that
could
in
have put
Danhausen for sure.
yeah, you could have put this all on Saturday, and then you would have had like more like the matches could have spread out a little bit.
In the WWE Network days, the Bellas and Danhausen would have been the pre-show.
Yeah, yeah. That's the I agree. You have that 30 minutes beforehand where you're getting everybody in, and they could
Mhm.
have been the starting matches to get people in the seats before that opening. Both
Yeah.
opening matches, you could clearly see visibly empty sections. So, like I said, I would probably say 5, 5.5 for that.
Cool.
Last year's was significantly better in my opinion.
And we're not biased because we were there.
Yes, we are. No,
I would give it
there.
honestly a 5 as well. It felt like a hastily thrown together card, unfortunately, and a lot of them have been feeling like that a lot lately. And we don't have another PLE until Money in the Bank, I think. Um, but you also have Sunday night's main event coming up at the end of the month. I don't know. They actually have too many PLEs. The weird thing is, and we'll get into this in future episodes, they should significantly go with the brand split and make some of these PLEs brand specific because they have enough star power, enough people to make it worthwhile that they didn't have back then. We'll get into that discussion on more future Wrestling Protocol episodes, but tonight was our inaugural one. We're talking about SummerSlam results. Next week, we'll be talking about Raw, AEW, SmackDown, and what we think the future holds. Let's go around the horn and see what everybody's doing. Moke, we'll start with you.
What do you mean? What am I doing? I'm not
Oh,
used to this. I'm new on the podcast.
you get to plug things.
Oh, I'm playing softball on Sunday in a charity tournament, getting incredibly. I don't do anything, man. I gotta go back to Twitch, bro.
There you go.
I'm
Well, just
trying to come
you can plug your channel. They can
Yeah.
follow.
It's the 140 casual, bro.
There you go.
No, by now, if you want to see spooky games, come see me. If you want to see first-person shooters, come see me. If you want to watch me play softball, maybe I'll start streaming on something. No, I'm just kidding.
There you go. Jarrett, what do you got going on?
Catch me on Mondays with our multiplayer game of the week that happens on the Basement Protocol. Yeah, you are.
See?
But no, Mondays on the Basement Protocol. Possibly, I don't know if you're looking for a new game Friday eventually, or what's going to be happening with that. But there could be a moment to see me there. And then, thank you for popping my cherries tonight, boys.
There you go.
Yeah, free anytime, baby.
Twitch.tv/Basement Protocol. We stream Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. The weekly protocol drops every Thursday. The wrestling protocol will drop every Friday. A live event of the monthly protocol will be August 15th, which stars Corey, myself, and Frank. But the live wrestling protocol will be Friday, August 21st, 6 p.m. Us three, possibly more, and definitely Sal. August 23rd, 1 to 3. Tommaso Ciampa signing at Adventureland. You get your tickets now at adventurelandstore.myshopify.com. This has been the inaugural Wrestling Protocol. I've been Chris the Dace Man Dace. He's been Jarrett Edelman.
Oh.
He's been Mark. Remember,
he did it for mine, but he did it for his own, damn it.
Remember, Basement Dwellers, stick to the protocol. We'll see you next week in the squared circle. We're out. I didn't catch it. That wasn't perfect.
It's the first night.